Welcome back to FM23. It's me, Matty G, here with the Cheshunt save at Bop to the Top. Things haven't gone so well, not as predicted anyway. We are slipped down the table after a few defeats. There's various reasons for that, but we're going to start off by looking at some of our stats. As you can see, we got Omaha Benjin and Joe Gibson are both the top goal scorers because both have not played great. I say Joe Gibson's had some good games and he's had some bad games. Benjamin, he's been injured twice already. We'll have a look at that in a moment. Highest average player, Matotti, he's been pretty decent. Goalkeepers, we've had some issues with both goalkeepers, so a little interesting on that one. We've also got assists across the board. No one's really done much on that front. Jack Turner's been great in his passing. Probably the only thing that I can really say about that. Again, Matotti's probably overall the best player we've had. Joe Free, lots of yellow cards. He's not been able to complete a game as of yet due to yellow cards. So, that's been a bit of a worry. So we did get a couple of signings. One of them, Brahim Dehira, nothing special, one for the future. Straight out with a fairly decent long-term injury at the time. And then we had Joe Wright go down with an injury, and Jack Turner go down with an injury. They're on their way back, but we've had some others. As I say, we did have. I'm trying to see if we can find him on here. Omaha Benjim. He's our main man, and when he's played, he's scored. He's been pretty much that good. Unfortunately, he's had some injuries. Here we look at Benjamin's medical. We can see how it's gone for us after signing. Bruised ankle to start with, 3 days out. Tight groin, 3 days out. Then damaged foot just after the start of the season. 2 weeks. He's starting to look like he's going to have a few injuries coming along, which isn't great for us because he really is the star striker. That being said, we've had to readjust, change a bit because our other strikers, Williams has got 1 or 2 goals, but his performances have been subpar. So with some of the changes we've made, we've obviously brought players in and out and swapped them around and here, there and everywhere. But this is one we're going with at the moment. We've got to change some little roles here. McDonald's back from his injuries. He's played a couple of games, nothing too major at the minute. We're going to use him as a supportive defensive midfielder though, because he can play the role. It's to his potential as well, his maximum abilities. Jack Turner's back in goal after 2 games out for Whittinbottom. Chaplin has been brilliant for us, but he's needing a little bit of a rest, so he's down here at the minute. So Lewis Brown's rating's already started to creep up, which is always nice to see. Some people have dropped, some people have gone up. It's a bit of a hit and a miss. Callum Casey is having a bit of a break. They've been on international duty. We've had a few. You can see the rest of the team down here. Some haven't played as many games yet at all, but we are getting going. Harry Kite we brought in from the last episode. He's only played a few games, not really by choice. He's being kept out of the team because we brought him in as a defensive midfielder to play one of these 2 roles. Mutu, obviously, as you know, has played fantastic. And we've been using in the holding midfield role. We've been using Dusdek quite a lot here, and Matari back one. But we've changed it up a little bit because they're playing well. We're just not winning. It's a goal scoring thing, as we'll see in a moment. So here we go, the start of the season. We started off well. They're the games that our main man started and scored in. And then, apart from the game against Crawley, which, I'll be completely honest, it was a to and fro game. It was 1-1, and then in the 86th minute, Crawley smashed in pretty much 2 in 2 minutes. So the score flattens them. Flatters them, but it really shouldn't because it was a lot tighter game. again, I think if our main man was there, it probably would have been 2-1 up, and their last little attack might have been a bit less lethal. But who knows? And then against Chesterfield, it was a tight game. They got a very early goal, and we're talking the first 2 minutes of the match. Nothing happened. We had absolutely bags of shots. I think we had a total of 27 shots on target. Again, no goals. So I think our star man is definitely our star man in attack. We need him in that squad. With that said, we are looking for another striker. We can't play the two up front when the other guys are not performing. So I am literally going back to the arrowhead formation for now, because we again lost at Notts County. Not great. So in this one, we're going to take a couple of games and see if we can improve, see if we can pick up any extra players. We've tried. It's not been helping. It's not been working very well. The only two that's come in, no one's left, but the only two that has come in, both free transfer, Barami Diarra. He's currently out injured. He's a three-star man. He plays in this little area. He's literally a backup. We did have to promise him quite a large wage for where he is, but his potential's there. So again, one for the future, or one to cash in at a later date if we can get some performances out of him, because that value is pretty nice. Can't argue with that. Serb Svavengarden, Belgian, 19-year-old, again contracted on a free, slightly higher than I expected to pay for him, and he was brought in initially as a right winger, but for some reason, the moment we signed him, these positions that he had here and here are now gone, and he's now a fullback. Okay, he can play a backup fullback. Again, a bit of a potential. If we can get a bit of cash for him later on in the save, great. If not, will he stay around for too long? Probably not. But for a freebie, it was kind of a desperate purchase, I'll be honest. I got him for the wing. He dropped down. It's probably not going to work out for him, but he's here anyway for now. We're still looking for strikers. If you have a look at over a scouting, you'll see we've got goalkeepers as a bit of a priority, because the one we did sign has obviously dropped down. We really want an extra half a star to, if we could get a fantastic goalkeeper, it'd be great. And there are some out there. Believe it or not, there are some out there. I think I'm going to have to find it in my shortlist. Where are you? Look at this guy. 4-star, looks solid, plays in the Vanarama. For some unknown reason, he's valued up to 1.1 million. We have been able to get a deal agreed with the club for about 200. I think it was about 250k. But we go through the contract, and he wants an astronomical amount of wages. It was like $5,500. I think the best we could do is 2. I think it was 1.8 actually, 1.8 thousand. And obviously he's not going to join for that. But I mean, that's an astronomical. How is he on £875 there? The mind boggles. So we've tried signing him a couple of times. It ain't going to happen. We had to look elsewhere, which is when this guy popped up on our screen for York. He wasn't wanted at the time. We've tried to sign him. We got an agreement deal. He turned around and said no straight away. Wouldn't even talk to us. Pain in my backside. He would have been a lovely sign-in as well. So we are looking. This guy, I desperately wanted him. He's a free agent. I really, really wanted this guy. He looks like he's got a good attacking stat here. He's got a lot of aerial for this, sort of this stage in the Vanarama. His speed's not astronomical, but I think he would do a brilliant job for us. Unfortunately, he's not prepared to restart these talks. We were very close. We were very, very close. He got to the point where he wanted 1.8. He was ready to accept 1.8. I believe it was 1.8. And we just couldn't get it over the line. So that was a bit of a downer on that front. But as you say, more and more are coming through. We're going to let the scouts do their work for a week or two and see when we come back if there's anything any good. We're keeping it open at World for a little while because we've got the scout budget. Why not use it to its full potential? And here we are, match day against Bromley. They are definitely a decent side at the moment. We really have got a decent team, but 3 losses in the last 3 out of 5 isn't great. Especially after the first two games of the season, I was thinking, cool, blimey, we could actually do something here. But no, we're languishing down in 16th. We desperately need a win. I'm hoping this away day is going to bring it. It's not often you see a stadium with no roofing on it at all, but here we are, we're here and we're away. Nothing's really happened in the first 10 minutes. Foul either side, no shots on target really. Kind of want to do a little shouty and just demand a little more. I want to see something on the board, and there we go, instant reply. We've got the first little XG and 1 shot on target. Well, not on target, but on goal. And we have a corner, McDonald to swing it in. They're trying to get it clear. McDonald runs back in to get it, and that's a penalty. We have a penalty, my friends. Who's over the ball? I'm not sure who the penalty taker is. As long as it goes in, I don't really mind. Gibson, straight down the centre. Sends the keeper one way, and the keeper tries to correct it, but it's not going to work. And my namesake has scored a goal. Fantastic. Well done, Joe Gibson. So he's now the leading goal scorer of the club for this season. And they've now got a corner. It's never good. Hull to bring it in. We're trying to get it away. They're going to pick it up on the far left. Trying to push infield with Younger. Come on, guys. Get your feet on that ball. Put a tackle in. Block. Rosnick tries to clear. Motu's going to pick it up. Runs with the ball into their half. Over to Rosic. He runs down on the right wing. Is he going to pass? Is he going to cross? He's going all the way. Holds back, switch to Gibson, into Benjamin! Go! I keep calling him Benjamin, his name is Benjamin, he's from Wales. He is quality. He's back from his injury and straight away back in the goals. This is what we've been missing. This is what we've been missing. McDonald with a corner and Benjamin just straight in with his head. Bosh! Have it, sunshine. It's 3-0 now. It's like a repeat of the last one. Absolutely fantastic. My excitement is going through the roof. 3-0. This is what we've been missing. Hopefully we don't start to see. Don't go sleepy on the back. Maybe I should have done a bit of shouty. But it's a bit late for that as Bodnir gets a cross in. Goes towards Alexander. Rosnick tried to get it clear. Back in. Keeper flaps at it. Unable to get a hand on it. And Cheek gets one back for the home team. Right, let's go shouty. We're just going to tell them to focus a little bit. They're not going to like it, but we want them to think. Don't get too complacent. Don't get too emotionally attached. You're winning. Let's not concede more. We're playing fairly well. And there we are. We're at half time. So if we just have a little look at the tack screen and look at the players, most people are calm, composed and pleased. No complacency there, which is brilliant. That's exactly what we want. McDonald, he's not quite match fit, so probably will be taking him off. Not just yet. Shall give him a few minutes in the second half. I think we're doing well, but we definitely can make a little bit more. We're going to go with the attackers. You're not that bad. I can believe you have faith. Blah, 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 blah. I think we'll leave it there and we'll go straight in. So here we go. Half of the second. We're into the second half. Just trying to keep an eye on McDonald. We've got no yellow cards, which is great. We're going to give a shouty. Going to demand a little more again. Just to try and pick up a little bit more. We're approaching the 60 mark. I'm keeping an eye on the fitnesses. They seem well, and they've got a highlight. I don't like it when they get highlights. Stop giving them highlights. Hawkins to Hull. Duzdek run through and dispossessed him into Benjamin runs all the way through. A relatively tamed effort for that lad. I'm not going to hold it against him. He's got 2 goals. He's played all right in my book. We're at the 65 minute. Hello, Free. He's going to get it through. No, he isn't. He's going to go Gibson. Gibson goes long and over the top. No one's there. They've been able to pick up the ball fairly easy and knock that out. But it's really giving it away to Eco Scott. Muti. Ferdinand loses out as a poor pass, really. And they're now on the attack with Taylor. Running down our right flank, their left flank. Gets the ball crossed in. Cheek is there with another header. Good save. Just tips it over the crossbar. Right, on this point we are going to stop it just on the 70th minute mark. I'm not 100% certain who I want to come off. Seb Ferdinand's played all right. What I think I might try and do is swap Ferdinand for Gibson and bring Asante on. That'll be my first sub, and I am looking closely at McDonald, I don't want to really take him off if I can help it. But I think what I may do is, if I wait 5 or 10 minutes and then bring Casey on in that holding midfield. There you go, they're already telling me to do it. I just want to wait 75, that'll do me. We'll do that one now. That was the move I wanted to make anyway. Just wanted to hold off a little bit. We are going to do another sub though, 80th minute. We're heading into the defence. I'm going to go with Brown. I'm going to take him off and bring Chaplin on. And that's just to give it a bit of fresh legs at the centre-back position. As we're now on the attack with Asante going back. Allo free. Mutari. Chips it over the top towards Benjamin. He's unable to get hold of that one. But Gibson picks it up, now playing on the left flank. There's the Eco Scott. He's still with us. Casey picks it up in the centre to Muti. It's weird that we've got central defenders that we played last year playing in the holding midfield role. But Casey's so brilliant. The ball goes played through to Benjamin, who's unable to get around the keeper. Shoots a little early, and the keeper gets a strong palm to it. They may have conceded 3 goals against us, but I've actually been impressed with some of the highlights we've seen with their keeper in it. His movement, he's got to most of the balls. Even when they've gone in, he's been very close to it. Eco Scott with a corner, tries to get it in close. Doesn't. Asante picks it up on the wing, knocks it all the way back to the goalkeeper who's came out to collect. Mutu. Eco Scott. Does he look play down the line? No, he goes in towards the central, towards Asante. Benjamani, I'm still doing it. Rosiak on the wing. Is he going to get a cross in? Back to Asante, dinks it in. That was almost an own goal there, off the post. Eco Scott to collect it in the middle. That's the end of that one. I think the game's come to a conclusion now. 3-1, not bad. Gave me a slight scare when they scored, because I thought, oh, here we go. But no, we held on pretty well. I'm pleased with a lot of that performance. The fact that Gibson's back on the score sheet, great. The fact that Benjamin got 2 in his return game, it just goes to show you how important this young lad is going to be for this squad. He's got a future if he carries on like that, I tell you. Mutu, he's been given a 6.8 rating, but he's been doing solid in that little position, and I'm very happy with all our defenders in that one, really. No one screwed up. I think the keeper could have done better maybe for their goal, but yeah, we're looking. And with that one, we're back up to 10th. I would prefer to be up here. Oh, that's where the board wants us. But yeah, I'm happy. As long as we finish above that 10th line, I'll be very, very happy. I do not want him to be in a scrap like we were in the first season. With progressing, that's how I want to keep it. Now, there's Harrogate right down the bottom there. So, I mean, yeah, maybe the goalkeeper isn't as good as his rating predicts. But still, maybe they've just got a really poor defence. There we go. Game number 2 is against Oxford, who are 19th. A few changes. Kite's in. Williams is in up front. It may be unusual to put Williams in considering the performance from the last game, but there are a few fatigue issues. But don't worry, Benjamin is on the bench. So he will feature in today if Williams can't perform. Hopefully he can. Hopefully this is the start of pushing on for him. I'm desperate for more than one goal scorer. So hopefully we can get somewhere out here. Although it doesn't look good because Oxford already have XG on the board. But not to worry, we're back in there. First highlight of the day, Ferdinand and McDonald. 1-2 in from the throw-in. There goes Kite. Nice cross inside. Williams is there. Why? Why did you put it over? I have a funny feeling Benjamin would not have put that over. The other Williams is playing as well at central defence. So we've got 2 Williams on. Eco Scott has retained his position in the squad. Mostly because we're a bit short on the left back options. Kite with the long ball over the top. Williams should be able to get there with his speed. And Jaden Williams finally has a second goal of the season. Kite to Williams, not a bad combination there. It was a nice over the top ball. And Williams should always get there with his pace. Always get there with his pace. We're 1-0 up. Fantastic. Even being 1-0 up, we're still going to drop to 11th. Don't ask me how FM does that. But here we've got another throw in. Williams, Kite, turns back. Chaplin into Eco Scott. McDonald picks it up. All the way back to the other Williams. Both Jay Williams, by the thing. Casanova, yes, Casanova is back in. Williams knocks it over the top. Gibson's going to get there. Drags it across. No one's there. Ferdinand. Williams. He's banked in too. We've been slating the poor lad and he's just come in and got a brace in 12 minutes. Go on, my son. Time to up the ante again. Maybe playing one up front. We'll just rotate him around a little bit. Maybe we've got 2 star strikers now. If he carries on performing. Kite with a free kick. Long ball in. Chaplin with the head. Can't get his head onto it. Gets beaten. And Carroll is breaking away. McDonald, good tackle just before the halfway line. Unable to retain the ball though. And Swan and Phillips is going to get it away. Now they're on the attack. Lewis on the far left. Our right flank. Knocks it towards the centre. Turner's there to collect. Take your time, Turner. Pick your pass, mate. He's going long. I don't like it when they go long. Gibson does get the ball though. He collects it well. Runs at defence into Williams. Is that a hat-trick? I had a funny suspicion that would be ruled off offside. He did look like he was ahead of the game there. Unfortunate. That's going to knock him a little bit. But hopefully he can rectify that as Kite swings the ball in from the free kick. Doesn't go very far. Williams out, in, McDonald. Over to Gibson on the right. Into Duzdek. That is another penalty. That was a push. Jaden Williams. Do I want to change it? No. I'm going to let him go for that hat-trick. There it is. He scores a hat-trick in 25 minutes. Jaden Williams. Mate, just come down and tell me to shut my mouth. I've been slating you to the ground. I do apologise. He's got a 9.2. He's got a hat-trick. It's 25 minutes. Fantastic play. We are dominating. Williams, the other Williams at the centre-back, gets it clear. Chaplin back to Eco Scott, who's almost playing as a centre-back there. 1-2 with Chaplin before knocking it over the top to no one really. And Green's able to collect that to Burley. Burley's going to hold up. They're looking to play a passing game now. They're trying to play us at our own game. Who's better? That is going to be the question. On the score sheet, it's us all day long at the moment. Our passing game's been brilliant. Duzdek does lose out the ball there. He doesn't seem to have had a great game, except for the drawing the foul for the penalty. But there we go. A ball goes over the top towards Lewis on our left flank in. There's no one there, but a fantastic save by Turner. None of our defenders are in there. It's about time that we've had a really solid looking performance and lots of highlights, which is great. Chaplin over a little free kick, knocks it into Kite, over to McDonald. He's tackled there by Brock. He re-tackles Phillips and wins the ball back. Gibson on the wing, back to Casanova. Back to Gibson, back on the wing. He holds it in play, goes infield, knocks it along. Williams tries to get on the end. Good defending, in towards Ferdinand. Oh my word, not another one. It's another penalty. Dante Casanova. We know you can score them, son. Get back on the score sheet. It's been a few months since you've done this. Oh my word. Casanova has had one saved. He scored about 5 penalties last year, and the first one this season has been saved. I'm shocked. McDonald with the corner that comes from it. Williams tries to get his head. Unable. Gibson to collect it. Back to McDonald. He just knocks it past. There is another free kick. How are these players not getting carded? It is unreal. So we're 3-0 up. Kite looks to have sustained something. He must have had an injury. Can he last the 3 minutes? I'm going to hope he can last the 3 minutes. I don't want to make the change before half time. And there it is. That's the end of the half. 3-0 up. Does it tell me on here what's wrong with Kite? And he's got an injury. He does have an injury. That's never good. Right, well, not the change I was planning on making just yet, but we could. So after a little fiddling around, we've got Asante coming in on the right wing. Seb Ferdinand's gone into the central role. Gibson switched to the left-hand wing, and Dudzak has dropped down to the midfield centre. There's really only one reason to do that, and that is, it is a pure selfish reason, and that's Casey would or could be coming on. But if we do have to change the midfield role, we're going to be short on defensive midfielders when this guy starts to drop his fitness level, and that'll be that's a straightforward swap then. Casey in for McDonald, and that still leaves Brown that can come in for one of the tiring defenders if and when needed. That's kind of the game plan. So yeah, we're just going to get cracking on with it. Second half kicks off, just that one sub at the time. Let's get into it, I suppose. Yeah, nothing really to say about this second half so far. 5 minutes in, we've had another corner, a couple more shots. Nothing overly special. Here's our first highlight. Williams over the top towards Williams, unable to win that ball down. Chaplin gets his head on it. Ferdinand on his head. Gibson with a dink forward. Williams is a bit late using his pace there. Not going to argue too much. He's got 3 goals. He probably will come off if we can afford it at the moment. But Chaplin knocks the ball forward. It's like table tennis at the moment. You can do one, I can do the other. There goes Eco Scott. Into Chaplin. Is he going to look for a long pass? No, he's gone short to McDonald. Back to Eco Scott. We're slowing down the pace of the game, trying to get back to our way of playing. Nice passing, looking for the space. Looks like Oxford are not willing to pressure the ball at all, which is what we want. We want them to break their shape so we can find that ball through. At the moment, they're finding a bit more joy, and that was a poor pass. We've let them through. There goes the clean sheet. Iro got there. That was a lack of concentration, really. I'm going to shouty a bit of focus there, because that was a bit poor. Turner has the ball in his hand, the goalkeeper. Make sure this one is a good out. William knocks it long towards Williams, who again misses out. They're playing a lot better. As the ball comes over the top towards Lewis. Are you for real? Are you for real? Tactics and sub. There's only one thing I can do. Casanova's got to come off. Casey's coming on. I've got to shore it up. Casanova, you let us down, son. Williams picks up the ball. Forward to Gibson. Gibson is on the ball. He takes a ridiculously long shot. I think he was aiming to murder a pigeon in tier 2. It did take a deflection, but that doesn't excuse the ridiculous height of that ball. We are going to make another sub. This is going to be our last sub. But I think I need to make a change. We're going to bring Lewis Brown on for Eco Scott, just because he's very tired, and we don't need to concede any more goals. It would be embarrassing at this stage. So shouty, demand more. Want the work rate through the roof on this last little area, because their defence, although they've got lower ratings, they seem to be holding us at bay now, where in the first half we were rampant. 7 minutes to go. Come on, lads, you can hold on. We've made all the subs we can make, and we have one highlight. Is it going to be for us? Asante on the ball, heads it down to Ferdinand. Casey, Asante knocks it over the top. Williams is through. Surely he's number 4. That was onside. The flag staying down. The flag stayed down. To goal. It counts. 4-2. That's it. Game, set, match. They're not getting 2 now. It's all over for them. They've got 4 minutes. I can't see them getting 2. As long as they don't get 1 now, we're all good. No more highlights. There we are. We've had it. 4-2. It looks more comfortable win than it was. The first half was awesome. I can't believe Casanova missed the penalty. I am shocked by his performance as well. Really shocked. Disappointed as well. Williams, fantastic. Fantastic, mate. Bad news. The injury to Harry Kite. 5 to 8 days. I say bad news, it could have been weeks. So 5 to 8 days isn't as bad as you think when you consider it could have been a lot worse. But when he's played, he's been a solid little player. And yeah, it's hard to get a run of games for players when they start to become good and they're getting injured all the time. There we go. It's our first year in this league, so we've still got to build more fitness up. We've got new fitness coaches. So yeah, let's hope things will improve in the long term. Not the striker we wanted. However, we've got one. Luke Cheshunt. Solid looking goalkeeper. Goal scorer. He's a poacher. So yeah, he's not one for over the top burst of pace, but he could do a job. He looks good as a target forward as well because he does have some aerial. So he's going to come in, and then when the time comes and we switch back to a 2 up top, which will happen throughout the season, this guy will be the backup. And guess what? He's Welsh as well. So yeah, very strong Welsh contingency up front. We've got, is it 4 of you now? Four Welsh guys, 4 Welsh gentlemen smashing in the goals. Well, 2 smashing in the goals, 1 new signing and 1 that's come back on loan and doesn't seem to be able to play very well at the minute. But yeah, it's looking good. With that said, we have had to offer him an absolute astronomical amount of bits and bobs to add on. But he is with us for a couple of years, so if we don't like him, we can sell him on. We'll accept that so it's confirmed, and then hopefully it'll be confirmed. There it is, it's confirmed. Now, you saw his ratings a minute ago. That were our scout ratings. Obviously now he's here, he's only a 3-star. That's a bit disappointing. A good Bet League 1 player, so he might help. So yeah, we'll ask Casey just to say hello. And yeah, Asante has a potential issue with his arrival. Why is that? He's in a forward. You're all the winger, mate. I haven't got anything to worry about. He's not coming to take your time, mate. I promise you that. He's coming as a striker. There you go. Issue solved. Here we go. Last game of the episode. It's against Floyd. They've been on a couple of good wins. We've obviously bashed out a couple of good wins recently, which is fantastic. We've reverted to a standard side. Casey's back it down at the right back position, and we've got Benjamin back up top. It was an easy decision to drop Williams after the last game, but he is on the bench, and it's just more of we'll get the star man back in the team, see if he can carry on performing the way he did beforehand, and Williams is there as a backup for this one. And here we go, we started, and it looks like they've got a highlight to get going. Good little save in the last minute for Turner from a very long shot, which I was not expecting to come in. And here we go with their corner. Hoyton is going to swing that one in. We're going to get it clear out for another corner. Good strong header on that. Didn't see who it is or was. Solid header though, get that out. We're looking fairly solid on that lineup, so I'm hoping we can get this one away as well. And we do. Young is able to get it back in. Go straight out for the goal kick. Pointless, wasted highlight really. I like to see a bit more of attacking highlight for the first one. But yeah, there we have it. Pass completions up, our possessions up. We're just not getting anything up the top end at the moment. So we'll give it to 15 and we'll give a little shout. We demand more, but we are over a free kick. So McDonald's going to swing this one in, or is he going to shoot? He's going to shoot. He's going to shoot. Too high, too wide. Shouty. We're going to demand more. He should have done better. He scored a cracker at the beginning of the season. Another free kick, more central this time. Other corner he shot for. This one was on target. Needed a keeper to save it. So we do have a corner. Ferdinand's going to swing this as an outswinger. Here it comes in. No one gets their head on that one. And Matui managed to get that ball back to Cassie. End of the highlight. Unfortunately, no more attack. We're starting to get a bit of XG, which is great, but they're now pushing down the wing. Ferdinand takes him. Oh, no. Seriously, a straight red. Referee, you're an absolute moron. Oh, bruh. Poor Duzdek. I think he's going to be the sacrificial lamb here. The Santi's going to come on. This is not ideal this early in a game with a team that's actually been pressing. Going to shouty and demand more. And I tell you one thing. Who got the red card? I forget now. Ferdinand is going to get an absolute mouthful from me. Not that early. You don't do a reckless challenge. There was no need for it. And 9 times out of 10, when you see a challenge and a straight red like that, over the next week or so, the league will give him more time off. They will hand more sanctions to him, and that 3 games will turn into 5. And yeah, I mean, depending on who ends up coming in, and he may not get back in the squad. So we're back out. It's going to be... Oh, hello, we have got a highlight. McDonald with a free kick over the top towards Asante. That's where we need players, and we're missing now players, because now they're on a breakaway with Coetti. And he's just running rings around our defence. Shot on goal. Thankfully, it went zipping across. Not really... The keeper didn't look interested in it. He just watched it go by. Whee! Didn't care one bit. We are going to make a sub, though, in a minute, because I'm going to take Brown off. Just wait. I'm hoping he doesn't do anything too silly. I'm going to want to wait to about the 60th minute mark. And Gibson's also knackered, which isn't great. Yeah, I'm going to take Brown off because of the yellow card. Chaplin can come in for him. I'm not sure who can play that Gibson role on the left. Probably no one, to be honest. But what can we do? Jaden Williams. I know it's not your position, mate, but I've not got much choice. That's all my subs done for the rest of the game. No injuries, please. I had to do something. I had to protect the chance of losing another player there. So, yeah, let's just hope we can do something with this. Ball goes over the top to Benjamin. Little head on it. We're 1-0 up. Goal. Get in, my son. Well done. Do I go ultra defensive and drag everyone back? Do I go ultra defensive and drag everyone back? Brain says do it now. Heart says keep faith. And they've got an attack. Alfred's able to get it. Benjamin's there. Casey's there. Play with the ball. Hold the ball. We should really switch to time wasting. I'm going to wait till the end of this highlight and I will change the instructions. Because it looks like the crowd's behind us at the moment. Williams is going to pick up the ball, run round 2 or 3 of them, but going backwards. We're not really getting as forward as we like. Playing the passing game, lose out to the ball to Whitmore, goes back to their keeper, who starts the play out from the back. We need to not allow them to attack at all. Get the ball off them. Houghton passes our players like there's not even there. Zinks it in, and that's what I was worried about. I'm going to demand more, and I feel guilty for doing it. Do you know what? I'm going to go very attacking. I know we're 1 man down, and I know we're now drawing, and maybe I should try and be defensive. But I'm going to go with my heart over my head and say that we can get a win. We can nick a win somehow. And if we do, that'd be great. EcoSport, Scott on the ball, loses out. Muti did very poorly there, and now they're on the attack. With that Coetti, he's got some pace. He's running rings around the defence. He's one-on-one with the keeper. Turner makes 1 save. Turner makes 2 saves. And Casey's to get it clear. As far as Williams, who breaks away on the left-hand flank. Keep going, my son. You've got the pace to do these. Don't die. He loses the ball out. He gets stuck under his foot. And, yeah, away with the fairies he went. We have got a yellow card. Mutu don't get another one. Eco Scott with a throw-in to Williams. Williams gets it in towards Allo. Free. Turns, doesn't get it on. Muti, McDonald has a crack. Top corner. Goal! Yes, the 10-man team of Cheshunt has got a second goal in the 82nd minute. Stop. Pause. Don't do nothing. We need to change this to absolutely ultra defensive. We're going to go we're going to shut the shop. Play out from defence. Get rid of all that. We just want play out from the defence. Shoot on sight. Nothing too fancy. Be more disciplined. Yes, please. Shorter passing. Absolutely want the shortest possible. Tempo. Drop the tempo. Time wasting. We want all that up there on the time wasting. Want to waste as much time as possible. In transition. Regroup. Hold shape. Slow down the pace. Distribute via centre backs. Roll it out. Yes, thank you. Out of possession. We want to just park the bus. Park that bus. Stay on feet. Drop off more. Trap on the outside. And then stop crosses. Prevent the goal short. Yep, lovely jubbly. That's the first part we're going to change. Just have a quick look where we are. 5 minutes to go. We're on to 7. I think what we might just do is change some of these tactics as well. Asante, you're not going to like it, but you're coming all the way back, son. Williams, you're not going to like it, but you're coming all the way back, son. And then you guys are going to be holding midfielders like so. There's going to be gaps. Benjamin, you're coming all the way back, son. That is how we're going to play. We're getting 10 men, 9 men and a goalkeeper behind the ball. We're going to try and stop this dead. We need to stop the dead. No goals, no shots, no nothing, please. Let's just zip that time frame up past the 90th minute. Hold out, guys. We're 2-1 up. The XG says we shouldn't be, but we are. Can we pull off a victory here? Come on. Yes! We've done it. Parking the bus, dragging everyone back for that last 5 minutes. They were deflated. You can see their XG. Look at that. But we've pulled off the victory. I'm over the moon. I finished this one absolutely with honestly a grin from eyeball to eyeball. I look like the Grinch right at the moment with the size of my grin. We're going to go into the dressing room. I am going to say nice work, well done. I'm happy. There's only one person I'm unhappy with. But yeah, we managed to get up into 4th. We really shouldn't have done. If we would have lost that, I think we would have been down, 17th, 18th, 19th. We would have been here. As it turns out, Fly'd have gone down. We've gone up. And at the start of the season, at this early stage, it is literally every game is a top and turvy. You win 2, you go up higher. You lose 2, you can end up in the bottom relegation zone. But as it stands, we're in the top 4. I'm happy as a Larry to leave it there on game day 8. We'll see you later on in the windows. We'll probably see you, 4 or 5 games time for an update. And hopefully this is the start of even more wins. We've got a couple of strikers that are scoring goals. We've got other people starting to chip in. We've got another striker that's literally just signed that could help change that flexibility and go back to a 2 up top at some point during the season. So, yeah, at the moment I'm looking up. We also have a few unhappy players, but we've got a very large squad. So we're still trying to look at just shipping a few people out if we can. Who knows what will happen. It'd be nice to get some more cash flow in, 30, 40 grand. Maybe there's even, I think we've got 1 or 2 players that are unhappy that are worth up to 1 or 200,000. And if we can get somewhere close to that, I'll be extremely happy because it'll only add to the cash flow. And we want to try and build this club up as best we can. So until then, I've been Matty G. This has been the Cheshunt Save at Bop to the Top. Peace out.